Hey everyone, welcome back to PokeMarketLab. We just got past Prismatic Evolutions release day. We're in release weekend now. Hopefully you are surviving. Hopefully maybe you found some MSRP product out in the wild, and hopefully you're enjoying it. So today's video, we wanted to talk about dumb money versus smart money in the Pokemon collecting and investing hobby. And what do I mean by that? Smart money is making plays before they're big, making plays that make sense, making plays on product that have really, really good cards. And dumb money is money just literally getting thrown around at any product, regardless of what it is, sight unseen, just because people are expecting it to go up in value. Okay. And one core tenet of something I've learned a long, long time ago, this market that we're in right now, this bull market, this is not when money is made. This is when gains are realized. This is when you're taking advantage of the path you put yourself on months or years ago, meaning you stuck with it. You bought product when no one else was buying. We've seen Sword and Shield product. Fusion Strike is always the one I go to. I was buying for $80 a pop when people were practically giving it away. That decision to buy that product when no one else wanted it, that is when you're making your 200, 300, 400, 500% returns. You're not making money when you're buying Journey together here, sight unseen, at $200 to $300 a pop, almost twice MSRP. That's right. People are paying well over double, quadruple for these Pokemon Center ETBs before release day without having almost any idea how this set's going to be. That is based on an assumption that the trend that we've seen, this upward trend, this bull market, right? People being able to turn product around quickly and make money. No one has to race to the bottom, that's going to continue. And past performance is not indicative of future results. That is investing 101. So yeah, people are paying ridiculous amounts of money for product, assuming that this trend is going to continue here. Now, this is not the situation with Prismatic was different. It was not hyped. It did not skyrocket until we started seeing the previews, and people were like, "Oh crap, this is a great set. This is a subjectively beautiful set." And that's when the hype continued. It makes sense, right? It's good product, regardless of anything else, regardless of supply, demand, price, anything. The cards are great. We have none of that information for Journey Together. That's dumb money. And so to me, this is like, I'm not chasing $200 to $300 boxes for Journey Together. If that means I miss out, fine. If that means I just got to get ETBs to get a little exposure, that's completely fine. To me, the upside potential on this product, having not seen almost any cards from this set, is not worth it to me, right? What's your upside potential paying $250 for a booster box, okay? And yeah, and Surging Sparks, okay, a fantastic set. One of the best sets we've seen in the last 5 years, easily. That's less than $250 a booster box. So assuming that Journey Together will be, you're assuming at $250 pop that it's going to continue to grow past that, when we haven't seen that recently on any boxes. So this could certainly be a situation where the rug gets pulled out from underneath investors. And again, at the end of the day, the asterisk here is, of course, do whatever you want with your money. If not everyone that buys product online is investing or collecting, some people just want a box. They don't care what price it is. They just want to get a box. They're not looking to make a profit or anything like that. And again, it's your money at the end of the day. But to me, this doesn't make any sense. I'd rather sit out in the sidelines than pay this kind of money. And again, that's just me. This is not smart. Okay. This is not your chances, your upside potential on a $250 booster box before release when we haven't seen the cards is very, very risky if your goal is to make money long term. So let's look at some other things, some other movements here in the market. We've seen a lot of action on Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. This is the base version here. A market price $143 a pop, still under MSRP. This is a distressed product, okay? And when I talk about buying products that no one else wants, you still want to buy a good product, okay? It's not buying things because they're distressed and people don't want them, or they don't contain good cards. It's, you want to buy stuff that has good cards in it that you like. If you like cards, if you think the artwork is good, there's a chance the market's going to as well. This is not one of those cases. This is, I think, a fairly mediocre set. I think it's below mid-tier, and it just does not have the oomph in the card spread here for me. I mean, just look at the values here. Gardevoir EX sitting at $50 market price, and that's up from recent lows. So the value distribution here just isn't here for me. There's just nothing special about this set that I like. Now, sometimes you're wrong, right? There are cards that I like out there. That Paldea Evolved is one of them, right? The Magikarp, I don't love it, and that's why I didn't load up on the product, and so I missed that one. But that's just I have to go on the data that we know, right? And there's before release, we have almost no data on what cards are going to be hot, what cards aren't going to be hot, other than what we're seeing on social media and people reposting images, right? So you have to go off something, and sometimes it's going to be your gut. Again, looking at the value distribution for these cards, there's just not a lot here. There's been a little bit of price action. There's certainly some good, decent cards, but nothing chaseable, I would say. Now, take that price of that box, about $150 a pop. For a little bit more, you can get Temporal Forces here, a set. Look how dry these are on TCG Player. Yes, it's more of a reprint risk, but again, we've seen a very light touch in reprints from the Pokemon Company recently, right? Very few boxes, just enough to put some packs into the market, not enough to hurt any kind of secondary market price, right? Much better value distribution on cards. You have that Raging Bolt, Iron Crown. This Ghastly's absolutely beautiful. That continues to go up. You have a Gengar in here, multiple Gengars, and you get Morty's Conviction here too. You have the Sawbuck here with the Deerling that go together. The Scene card, they kind of adjoin, and the artwork goes from one to the other. You got Iron Leaves here. Beautiful cards, a lot of which I think there's some undervalued cards in here as well. That to me is a much better buy for a little bit more money. This is still under MSRP. I've talked about this before. I think that MSRP line is a very good psychological line to be a part of your plan, saying, I'm okay paying up to MSRP for boxes, even if they've run up a little bit, right? There's still, historically, there's still upside potential in the future. So smart money's going after Temporal Forces. I think a lot of the movement we've had on Scarlet and Violet base is dumb money. It's money that's going after anything that's Scarlet and Violet that's low, and bring it up. Remember, the base here, the low of this product was under $100 a box. Okay, so this is not a situation. We have a distressed product that has good cards in it, and it's just depressed because people didn't like the product, or people weren't paying attention to it, rather. Those type of products were Paradox Rift, Temporal, Paldea for a little brief period of time. Those were the products that people weren't paying attention to. That was the smart move. And again, the money, you're unlikely to get your biggest returns in the next 6 months to 9 months in this bull market, because everyone is paying attention. Everyone is fighting for product that drives the price up. 6 months ago, Scarlet and Violet, you could practically not, you couldn't even give it away. Okay, that deploying capital at that point in time, that is when you put yourself on a path towards making money. Okay, and then liquidating in times like this. This is the time when everyone is greedy. That's when you're fearful. That's when you say, "Hey, I'm not gonna deploy as much capital here. I'm not gonna buy Journey Together at $250 a booster box. I'm not gonna do that. That makes no sense. I'm gonna liquidate. I'm gonna take advantage of the situation of the high prices. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna liquidate. I'm gonna cover my my basis in a lot of these sets. Dollar cost average my way out of certain things." And take advantage, because this is the time, especially with Sword and Shield era, right? This is the time. Fusion Strike, if you have a lot of boxes, keep some. Don't get rid of everything, right? Because you want to take advantage of future growth, okay? Fusion Strike is absolutely going to be a $1,000 booster box far sooner than you realize. This is the time to liquidate, not everything. And again, as part of your plan, okay? Your plan may be 10 years and then you're not ready yet, okay? There will be bull runs in the future, but this is the time when you want to sell, not when you want to be buying everything. There's certainly opportunities still. Don't get me wrong. There's certainly opportunities, but it's harder to find those opportunities that people aren't paying attention to. There's still product in Sword and Shield era that luckily people haven't completely gone dumb over and purchased, like Battle Styles and Darkness Ablaze. There's been some purchasing. There's been some price increases, but nothing crazy. The money's really focused on Scarlet and Violet at this point from a quality of set standpoint. Prismatic Evolutions. This is a hard one to. Number one, if we do see significant reprints come to market, that's when you back the truck up on Prismatic. Not buying Pokemon Center ETBs at $300. We actually think we're gonna get a reprint of Pokemon Center ETBs. We're obviously gonna get a reprint of regular ETBs. The question is whether it's enough for the market. Okay, the smart money's not buying Prismatic now for long term. Okay, now again, you may decide I want a Pokemon Center ETB. I don't care. I don't want to take the chance that they don't reprint them. I just want one to hold. Of course, that is your prerogative. But in terms of, hey, I want to make a quick buck in 6 months to a year, no, you're not. The smart money's not buying this right now. The smart money is holding on. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is to hold on to your capital. What you don't want to do is start dumping money and capital into product that has already increased significantly, and then you're missing opportunities when the market starts to soften and people start to drop product for less. The margins get reduced. People are starting to fight for price now, and it becomes a buyer's market again. This is absolutely a seller's market. You wait for it to be a buyer's market, then you deploy capital and you wait. So again, that is dumb money versus smart money today here on PokeMarketLab. We will see you on the next one. Be well.